So in this video we have 4 circles, and this time we need to find the area of each of them, and we're going to be writing our answers as a multiple of pi. Now the area of a circle formula is pi r squared. Okay, so we need to find the radius and then substitute it into this formula. So with our first circle, the diameter is 8 centimetres. So that stretches 8 centimetres, which means the radius, which is halfway, will be 4 centimetres. So the area here is pi times r squared, which is 4 squared. Now 4 squared is 16, so this will be 16 pi. And the units, because the radius is in centimetres, will be centimetres squared. Now for number 2, the diameter is 16 metres. So that means that the radius, which is halfway, will be 8 metres. So our area for number 2 is going to be pi times 8 squared. 8 squared is 64, so this will be 64 pi, and the units, because we're in metres, will be metres squared. Now for number 3, the radius given to us is 2/3 of a metre. So we don't need to halve anything because we've been given the radius. So the area is pi times r squared, so that's 2/3 squared. Now when you square a fraction, remember you need to square the numerator and square the denominator. So this will be 4/9, 2 squared over 3 squared. So 4/9 pi. And because we're in metres, this will be metres squared. So the exact area of this circle would be 4/9 pi square metres. Number 4. This time the radius is 2.5 centimetres. Now, at some point we're going to have to square 2.5 centimetres. Okay? Now, we could do that by doing 2.5 times 2.5, or we could convert 2.5 into an improper fraction. So let's focus on 2.5. 2.5 is the same as 25 I should say, over 10. Okay, now reason for that is because if you think about dividing 25 by 10, you're going to move that decimal point 1 place inwards, aren't you? And you're going to get the 2.5. Now, if you're not too happy about that, we could start by writing 2.5 as 2.5 divided by 1. And I'm sure you would be happy with saying that. So now if you multiply top and bottom of your fraction by 10, we'll get the 25 over 10, which is what I had previously. Now 25 over 10 we can simplify. Dividing top and bottom by 5, we'll get 5 over 2. Now this you may already have known. You might know that 2.5 is 5 halves. Okay, but that's how you can get there. So this is the radius of my circle. So the area is going to be pi times by the radius squared, so 5 halves squared. Now if you've stuck with the 2.5 and done it that way, 2.5 times 2.5, don't worry, I'll get you that answer as well in a moment. So 5 over 2 squared is 5 squared over 2 squared, so 25 over 4. So this is 25 over 4 pi, and we're in centimetres squared. So 25 over 4 pi centimetres squared. Now, if you'd done that by multiplying the 2.5 by 2.5, then if we do that, 2.5 times 2.5, 5 times 5 is 25, 2 5s are 10, plus the 2 is 12. Then we'll have 0. 2 lots of 5 is 10. 2 lots of 2 is 4, plus the 1 is 5. So 5, 2, 6, adding those two rows together. So we get 625, but we've got two numbers to the right of the decimal place, so we're going to have to bring in 2 points there, and so we get 6.25. So you can write your answer, your area, as 6.25 pi centimetres squared. Okay, you can write it like that. But my preference would be to stick with the fractions, because sticking with fractions, it's clear that it's exact, rather than having something that is in decimal format multiplied by something you're specifically not wanting to be in decimal format. Okay, so I think the fraction certainly looks better as an answer.